Good morning. It's me, Leia, and Matt here. Welcome to the aptly named chill, what is it? The Chill North.
Uh, uh,
What the
yeah. Chill.
Oh,
Wait, chill. The
the
Northern
chill
Chill.
zone of the mythic North.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Hey, welcome everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone. My camera's way too zoomed in. All right, there we go. How's everyone doing? Oh no, what's
Ooh.
wrong? What's going on with that photo? Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Jess. So my overlay
No!
wasn't filled up enough with stuff, so I wanted to fill it up. And I told Leia to send me a photo that I have inadvertently forgot to put in the chat. So I'm going to rotate photos every now and then down there, and feel free to ask us about them. Or don't. I might answer them or I
Damn
might
it,
not.
Jess.
Thank
Why'd you have to
thank
say
you
something?
for reminding me. Okay, here's Leia's one. It's coming in soon. All right, Leia, just while I'm doing this, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a
So,
photo.
Good morning.
Go on.
Just say good morning. Hopefully everybody's got their cup. Well, you Australians, I hope you have your
Big
coffee.
Leia. Oh my
Oh,
god, it
dear
came
gods.
in so fucking huge. All right, sorry. Continue.
Hi guys, that's my face from like 6 years ago.
Mine's from 2013, I want to say. There we go.
Cutting all of that sweet armor out.
Yeah,
that
I know.
Sweet armor.
If I don't, then your real face gets cut off. I could put you right here. There we go.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
right next to you. No, I'll put it back.
There you go. The rest of me isn't important.
Yeah. It's the same you either way.
My mic is a little hot.
Your light's
Is
a little
it too
hot.
close to my
I'm gonna fucking no.
It says
You don't do anything.
My mic is a little
I'll
hot.
nuke you. Yeah, there we go. Give me a little
Okay.
test. Yeah, is that better? How's this? How is this?
We're
How is
just
this?
testing stuff up. I'm also being kind of loud because my headset is really in my ear.
That's fine. That's fine.
I have no concept of how loud I'm actually being.
So that's a chili costume, Aram. That's a chili costume from when I was in uni. That wasn't me doing a costume or anything. I found a chili costume in the prop closet when I did a bachelor film, and I found a chili costume in the prop closet, so I put it on, and then my friend tried to. I think he was trying to. That was my housemate at the time, Ethan. And we basically just posed for a photo, like it was like I was too spicy or something. I don't know. Or he was gonna try to eat me. The faces are of pain or something. I think I will wear this for no good reason. This wasn't a skit. This is pre-split the party. This is before even the first attempt to split the party. That's just the shit I do. For example, I'm an enforcer at PAX, and every year without fail for the after party I've dressed up in a hot dog outfit for no reason other than I think it's funny. And Acid Summer in the chat has seen me do this many times. In fact, I think she was introduced to me that way. We got in a stretch Hummer because a bunch of enforcers felt like doing that one year, and everyone's rocked up in suits, and I've rocked up as a hot dog in a stretch Hummer, and I started belting out Starbomb songs while I was very drunk. That's just the things. I don't know. Life is boring. Make it better.
Plasticity says this is a surprise to absolutely no one.
What do you mean? What possibly about that story do you think that's?
I think he means that, like, when it comes to, like, once you get to know you, like, now that, like, I've been working with you for a couple of months, that is absolutely fits in the realm of things that are believable in Matt's wheelhouse.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's the problem. You get to know me too long, and the weird shit that I do becomes like, oh, Matt's doing the thing again. Like, it's just mundane at this point. And then I have to do something more out of the box, like turn a fucking present into... Someone asked me, and I know I've told this on stream once before, but it was like last year. Someone asked me for a cake one day, and so I figured, well, I'm kind of cheekily salty at them for something. It was my housemate, and so I turned a loaf of bread into a cake. And frosted it and hid his presents inside the bread cake and then I gave it to him for his birthday. And he really thought it was a real cake, and he thought I was being very nice. Except what he should have realized is when he walked in the door after work to Matt sitting on the table in the dark with a candle lit saying, "Welcome home, housemate," that there was something up.
Thank you, Jess. I'm having a hair touchy day, so I'm gonna keep flipping it this way and that way. So prepare for hair glamorousness.
I just chucked on some music, but I can't tell if it's any good.
Me either.
Oh no, it's a bit synthwavy. That's kind of cool. Is that because are you just saying that because you can't hear it anyway?
I can't hear the music.
All right, fair enough. Hey chat, let me know if it's too soft or too loud. It's like supposed to be synthwave.
But like, it is definitely one of those things. Like, there have been times. So when my husband was in the military, we were very much surrounded by young men who wanted to seem cooler than they were. So like, they would come up with crazy stories, and there was about like 70% of the time you're like, that's not a real story. Like that can't possibly be true.
Nah.
And granted, I didn't know those people well enough. A couple of years down the line, I was like, okay, maybe about
a few of them.
I want to say maybe like 50% of those stories are actually true. But like getting to know you rolling up in a hot dog suit is completely in the wheelhouse.
Oh,
and I believe every second of that. Although I've also seen the photo evidence, so
yeah, I've got that photo. Like, I've got just a folder of photos that I can just crack out at any time, and the hot dog photo is in my favorites of that because this one is just like one I took at my house that I'm about to put in. It's just a photo I liked, and I was like, I'm gonna keep that. But no, all the PAX ones are somewhere. I'm very drunk in most of them, so I don't usually utilize them very often. This one, however, I was just pressed up against my glass screen door, and that is this photo. So welcome to the new photo change for the day.
welcome to Good Morning RPG, where we talk about how embarrassing we are and what craziness we go through.
Embarrassing.
See, I don't. Oh, okay, embarrassing. I don't let a lot of people take those kinds of photos of me.
I encourage it more than anything.
Because I think a lot of it has to do with like when I dress up, I tend to dress up very well. Being a from a family of seamstresses, generally I try to dress more, I don't know, historic or whatever. Like the photo that's of me right there, that's all hand-tooled leather that I made myself, which was a pain in the butt to put together. Yeah, look how cute she is.
It's
with her
great.
Shaved head.
I love that. Is that like
that.
a undercut kind of thing going on?
Yeah, so like I had this whole section right here was all shaved.
Oh, cool.
And that's because I was doing the very like edgy barbarian type, like like I'm cool and I'm going to do an undercut but because I'm working in an office and this is how I rebel.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I worked at a call center and I was like, everybody had the same stupid haircut. I was like, I'm gonna shave part of my head. So
I worked at a call center for a little while in like 2014. And how long did you work there? Because I couldn't last a long time.
I worked there for about a year.
God, you beat me.
Well, so I had the bonus advantage. Like, yes, I was in sales. I was in cell phone sales, but we were a call-in center and not a call-out center.
Yeah.
If I had to call out, I would have absolutely not made it that far. My anxiety, I can't call people. I hate calling people.
But
I have no problem getting the calls come in.
There's something else about them calling in, right? Like it's that you have to do it rather than you have to do it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. No, I was
They're calling because they want something, not because I want to sell them something. They are looking for something out of me.
Well, that's better if you're doing sales at least. At least the lead comes to you, right? I was doing... What was I doing? I was doing tech support for frickin' an Apple subsidiary. It was basically working for Apple's crappy tech support. You know, God, it's a cult. It's a cult. Don't ever do it.
Cell phone sales are definitely a cult. I worked for like we had a contract with like a cell phone company.
Oh, that's the same. So I worked for a company that had a certain fruit product computer company as their biggest client, but that's all we were allowed to say. Not even that, probably. But yeah, the higher ups in that place,
yeah.
the higher ups in that place were like down the rabbit hole, drink the Kool-Aid, will never change off Apple, and they were like their biggest fans kind of deal, and they would throw money at them despite them treating them terribly kind of thing.
Yeah.
My God.
No, I definitely, I had to leave because it got to the point where it was funny because it was like a representative from the company that we had our contract through would come to us and they're like, these are all the things that we expect you to do. And they're like, well, and then we'd be like, well, we've been told the opposite from our company because they want us to do better sales and not necessarily get to know our customers. They just want us to sell them shit. And I just like, got sick of it. And also my husband joined the military, so I just was like, cool, I'm leaving, going to Virginia now, bye.
Oh man, so I had a just looking at Acid in the chat. First off, Acid, great pun, and Plasticity and you are now friends by the look of it, so I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Worlds colliding and coming together. Second, just speaking of applying for work, I got one of those, like, I was applying for a job recently, and I got one of those, like, things that are like, hey, we'll do a free resume evaluation for you or whatever. And I was like, fuck it, I don't have to pay any money for this, so I got it. I got the results back this morning, and I was like, that's a hit to the confidence, because they're just like, garbage, 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 and just going through the resume being like, this all says this is the old style of resume, and I'm like, I wonder why? I'm pushing 30, no wonder I don't know how to fucking write a new form of resume. Is there a new form of resume that I don't know about? Please fucking show me.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, we can make a new one if you like for $300, and I'm like, ha 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 ha, exit.
No.
Oh,
that's crazy.
yeah, like, but like, a lot of it made sense, admittedly, like, reflecting on it, but goddamn, shit, goddamn shit. Like, it was just so just, like, critical, and they were trying to be, like, constructive criticism, but, like, the rejection sensitivity in me just, like, was just like, you will never get a job with this, you will never get a job, job, bad job.
You suck at everything and you can't even make a resume.
Yeah, they're like,
no, I get that.
No wonder a lot of salespeople are going to call you up, because all of your shit points towards being good at sales, and I'm like, I fucking hate sales, so, alright.
Yep. I've just learned that that's why I like my last job. Before I stopped working and I started focusing more on my shop, it's like my last job was like, yes, I worked in sales, and yes, I worked with people, but because I worked with like paint, and being able to, like, we did like a lot of color matching and stuff. Like, I worked for like an interior decorating company where we would like match paint and help people with paint samples and all this stuff. There was a lot of, like, somebody would come to me and be like, I have a complaint. I'd be like, I don't care. You want to return this paint because it's wrong? Well, first of all, we told you not to buy the paint. You should buy a sample first. And second of all, it says cannot return right on the top of the box. So you can take that and go. Yeah,
that's fair.
Like, there was a modicum of sass that I could throw out into the world, and it just made the job just a little bit more bearable.
Yeah. Well, Plasticity's saying, to be fair, as a renter DM, you're sort of into selling souls now. So in regards to sass, yeah, people pay me for me to sass them under the guise of an NPC at this point.
Oh, sounds like femdom.
Honestly, it's a bit of findom, if anything.
I'll pay you if you stab me emotionally through RPG.
That's what DMing is. Except the paid version is literally I'm domming you in a sense. It's a little bit of both. It's not sexual.
That's why it's
but
DM.
You get a kick out of it,
DM.
and you roll some dice, and the dice in this case,
Oh. If it's an aquatic campaign, it's findom.
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of here right now!
Is this where I roll sanity?
Oh man, my nose is like blocking up by the second. I forgot to take my antihistamines.
Hold on. we're gonna need you to make a logic empathy.
Yeah, logic empathy. While you do that, I am gonna go take my
Okay.
my allergy stuff because
All right.
I'm going to die in about half an hour.
Okay,
Otherwise,
please go take your do it. Go do
this
it.
is the portion of the show where I just leave off camera for no reason for about a few minutes, as always.
All right. Well, so while he's gone, I'm gonna give us a real quick boost. So if you guys haven't heard yet, we are now an affiliate channel, which means now we can have subscribers, which is super exciting. And I just want to quick remind you guys that if you do have an Amazon Prime account, you do get a free Prime gaming subscription, which you can use to show your support for not only our channel, but also our cast and crew. So we can use any of that subscription money to do emotes, which I know we talked a little bit about doing some cool emotes for not only just the split the party cast, but also for this show and the painting version of Good Morning RPG. So that is super exciting. I know we've been trying to get a couple more subscriptions in, which is super exciting. So yeah, so if you guys have a Amazon Prime account, give us a quick subscription. We really appreciate that. All that money goes to our equipment and hopefully, like I said, some emotes eventually.
I was looking at those the other day. Between Thursday and today, I was looking at emote commissions. So if you have anyone that you would like to see do our emotes, I'm looking at getting some, and one's definitely going to be of Leia. I reckon
something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I don't know how many I want to get yet because I didn't realize how expensive they were. But I want at least 3 for now.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
I wouldn't mind like 9, but 9 is going to cost money. So we might have to wait a few months before I just randomly do that. Because that Patreon money is going towards the physical sets. And we're doing a sci-fi shoot soon, so I have to save all the money for that.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna do
with your preventive medicine. How dare!
Well, one success and cock my preventive medicine. Yes.
Cock
yes.
it.
Cock that preventive medicine.
It's so late. It's not that
it's
late.
Not that. Is it like
only
7 p.m. for you? To be fair,
7:30.
I'm not normally ready for bed that early, but I was ready for bed at like 6 last night. Just having a day.
My partner slept all Friday, although granted he was really sick.
Oh really?
Yeah, I guess I have no reason to complain about how late it is because like plasticity is
it's like 1 a.m.
midnight.
2 a.m. Yeah. Goddamn.
We appreciate you sleep depriving yourself so you can enjoy our entertainment.
Sleep deprive yourself every Monday and Thursday with Good Morning RPG.
Yep.
That's for you. That's
that.
the European market. Sleep deprive yourself for our pleasure.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I thought was so funny about playing with like Band of Badgers people is like by midnight everybody's like, cool, I'm gonna go to bed. I was like, guys, it's like 7 o'clock. Like I got a whole night ahead of me.
I had a whole day ahead of me.
Oh yeah.
I was up at
you
5
got to wake up
a.m.
at,
for
like,
the
5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So for context, the reason why we're talking about Vaesen at some point today, hopefully, is because we both were on Band of Badgers stream playing in their Vaesen game. Vaesen's a really cool Nordic horror RPG by Free League Publishing, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. It was really fun to play in a world like that.
We're gonna chat about it.
We'll chat about it sometime.
We're warming up this morning.
We're warming up, and I think I actually need to open a window because I walked out the rest of the house and my nose started unblocking. So it could be that my room is dusty and stuffy, which makes sense because I need to vacuum this week. Yeah.
You should do that.
Yeah, my body starts rejecting me if I don't clean the house regularly. Who knew?
You haven't dusted. Reject.
No, really, like just sometimes.
Abort.
Sometimes it will just be like, you know what? I'm going to kill you, and I'm like, there's so much freaking carpet in this house, you know, dust, too much dust in the carpet.
You have like really short pile
No,
carpet,
it's like
or like high pile.
It's like medium, so it's like 6 mil. I want to say. So is that 1 to 2 inch? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm an American, and millimeters
no.
make no sense to me.
Hold on, a millimeter is like 1/10 of an inch. It'd be like 1/4 inch or something. I don't know. It's tiny.
Okay.
Justin is the same, and then he doesn't fucking vacuum. I don't want to vacuum either. It fucking sucks. I just start like today. It's like I was gonna vacuum later in the week, and I was dying. Yeah. So I think the highest carpet gets is like 9 mil here in terms of standard sizing, and then you get onto like shag carpeting.
Yeah, I think mine's pretty high pile, so I don't generally have. But I would take vacuuming over dusting, or
I would take vacuuming.
sweeping any day of the week.
I'm okay with sweeping. I would rather... Well, sweeping you can only really do on tiles and shit, so I just vacuum that anyway. But we got, like, at my old house, we don't have to garden at this place much because there's no grass to mow or anything, and then Jess is part of a body corp, so... I don't know. There's something to do with, like, they pay the body corp and the gardener comes around once every fucking 6 months and trims a hedge that the birds are getting into.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, so there's no real gardening here other than, like, watering the plants that Jess has got. But, God, I fucking hate gardening. Can't stand it. I don't know. I like the idea of having, like, a lush plants and things like that. I don't want to do... I wash so many. I wash so many dishes. I will vacuum the house. I don't want to do gardening. I can't.
That's not like I am. I was like, I hate sweeping the floors. I have almost all hardwood floors in my house. I was like, I will sweep until I drop dead if I don't ever have to touch a dish.
Yeah.
I don't want to do dishes. I hate doing dishes.
Jess is the same. She's like, I fucking hate dishes, and I'm like, good, I'll do them here. Let's go. Like I just got to put some soap on it and scrub the thing. I'm all right. That's like the easiest thing for me to do. But it's also like I very much know that like there are certain tasks that people have just that they can't do easily. Like the vacuuming sucks, but I can do dishes real easy. Or I can like if there's stuff that needs getting put away, that's fine. I need to remember to do it, granted, but it's easy to start the task. I enjoy mowing lawns. If you could come to Australia... Actually, no, I don't have a lawn. I can't even hire you. I can't even give you a base income. But I appreciate that you are able to mow lawns.
It's one of those things where it's like we have... So I live in like a townhouse. So I've got like a 10... Or like a 5x5 foot like piece of... Like a plot to take care of.
Yeah.
In my front yard. But like the backyard... We live in a homeowners association, so they come by like every other week and like take care of like the backyard. We have a forest in our backyard.
Yeah.
So like they trim all of the ivy back and all that. But we have like a 5x5 foot.
I said yeah, like I was listening to that, but it didn't process. You have a forest in the back?
Yeah.
Is that just like house in the front, party in the back? Like what's going on with that?
Like my house faces that way, and there's like the rest of like my house area. Yeah, what Plasticity said. Who doesn't?
Plasticity lives in the fucking mythic north. Of course, he's got a forest there though.
Of course he's got a forest.
He lives in the Feywild, Leia.
If I look out this window right here, this window that's right next to me, it's all trees and ivy, and
I live in the desolate south.
Deer. The mythic south. I live in fucking Virginia.
Yeah, she lives in the regular middle.
Bible country.
Oh shit.
Although there is like 2 hours south of or not 2 hours, not quite 2 hours, like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
South of where I'm living is very rural country, and I was like, I literally want to just buy a cottage and I want to live in the back of a forest, and I don't want to see people. I don't care.
You know how we were talking last stream about you not being cottagecore? Because you just described it.
I'm not cottagecore yet.
Brendan got hot. I'll take that. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were we saying?
No, you're fine. That was my statement. And then I was going to play with my hair, and I got distracted by this cat. So Plasticity. 2 streets or a suburb over from me.
It stops being Melbourne as much as cow paddocks, and it becomes rural land. And it's just like Melbourne and Victoria in particular is very flat. I'm not used to it because most of Australia has like a mountain range near the populated areas or big valleys. I can see way too, like almost too far in Victoria. Like you look down the horizon and it just keeps going. There's no like big hill or mountain kind of cutting off that back line. And where I was where I grew up, you probably travel like 3Ks and there's a mountain there. You've
The horizon.
You've found my secrets.
Can I ask a really quick question?
Yeah.
While you're explaining this, I would like Plasticity to explain to me what apple core. Oh shit!
Clip that! Oh shit! Oh my god! I want to edit that. I want a 3, 2, 1 realization of what she just like spelled out for herself, and then you hear like a bing noise as it goes.
Sitting here like. Oh, I'm not cottage core, but
fuck.
I'm
That's
apple.
so
I
fucking
almost
funny.
asked him to
Explain what apple core was?
a pun to me.
Oh man.
Look, guys, I've been awake all day. I've only got water to sustain me. All right, there's only so much I can do right now.
Oh my god, I could see. I could feel. Yet he's even said it in the chat. I could hear him. I could hear his facial expression from here.
Oh, fuck you.
Me
Fuck you.
or them?
The plasticity. Fuck you, Matt.
Hey.
Fuck that cat.
No, they haven't done anything wrong.
He keeps meowing at me, and when I look at him, he walks around the back of my chair. And then when I focus on the camera again, he comes back and meows. When I look at him, he just walks around the back of my chair. Like, I don't know what you want.
That's fair.
What is it?
What do you want? And he's like, I want love. Mother, I want love. Give me some love, mother.
Mother, I crave violence.
Yeah, I love. So whenever I talk to my pets or like I embody them, it's that voice. So like I have Ico, he's my little blue tongue lizard, and whenever Jess and I look at it, we're like, oh, look at that little big that little big dickhead. I know what I said. And then I'll be like, mother, let me out. Like him talking to Jess, and she'll be like, mother will not let you out. Mother, please. Mother. It reminds me of the Bell Sprouts, the Pokemon fusion thing, and it's like, be strong, Clarence. Be strong for mother.
Oh, there was a crazy AI
Mother.
movie to a plot that was, I think it was called Mother.
Oh, dude.
Toxicity.
I watched that on Netflix last year. That was pretty
crazy.
Cool. Pretty cool movie. That's the one with the robot mother, and then you got just like raising a human child.
Yes.
All right, I won't spoil it, but like that's the synopsis of the start of the movie.
Yes, that's the synopsis.
It's
Robot raises human child.
It's like a tension drama rather than. Oh, is it?
It's definitely sci-fi. You know, I didn't catch that.
I didn't either, but I can see it.
Yeah.
The movie was really good concept, filmed in Australia. And yeah, it was fun. I think they could have done more with it, if anything. Like that's such a cool concept, and I wish they explored it more.
Oh gosh. I wish I could remember the name of the movie. My partner, so I have one of my partners is really into sci-fi. So I get to watch a lot of like robot movies, and has gotten me into how interested I am about when AI becomes true intelligence. Ex Machina is actually one of his favorite films.
Fantastic movie. That's a great.
So,
I need to watch that again. That's such a good movie.
Like one of my favorite video games now is Detroit Become Human, because it does very much balance that. At what point do robots become people?
Yeah.
But so anyways, we watched this really fantastic French film recently. Oh gosh. It was really funny because it was dubbed in English, and we were like, why are her lips not matching up with her mouth? And we realized that the whole film was in French, but they had dubbed it in English, and we're like, let's just watch it in French because we're used to watching shit with subtitles anyways.
Yeah, because you're big weebs, aren't you?
Shut up.
What are you talking about?
Ever since my boyfriend
I'm gonna go-
and I got together, he always watches stuff with subtitles, and now
Are
I've
you
just become
are you like just a subtitle watcher even when it's in English?
yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't like reading ahead because like we're watching stand up. We're watching that Bo Burnham special the other day, and
Oh yeah.
and Jess had the subtitles on, but we had to turn them off because it would ruin punchlines of jokes. So I'd hear her laugh, and then she'd be like, "Wait, no," and then she turned the subtitles off because we'd be laughing too early, and it wouldn't go in line with the Idayo. What? Why are you Idayoing? Oh, it's what he typed in chat.
Oh,
Is that
well,
did I say that right? Idayo? Idayo?
I don't know.
Idayo?
Oxygen is what the movie is called.
Ah.
So if anybody wants to see a cool sci-fi flick, go watch Oxygen.
Ah.
Really cool French film.
I'm gonna...
Came out earlier this year. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Good it is. I did not know that was that's what that is. I only can read portions of Japanese apparently, and I don't know what the words are. Which is a weird hang up. You'd think I know words. Yeah, you'd think I'd know words more than the actual like hiragana, right?
It's better than what I can do.
I looked it up like Idayo because I was like E. I'm reading chat, by the way, if you can't see it. E.
Yeah, I can see what he typed.
And it says ta, but it's got the little fucking quotation marks on it, so it goes da yo. It's not kanji. I need the romaji on top of the kanji. I can read katakana and hiragana most of the time, but not fuck kanji. I'm pretty sure most people freaking hate kanji. And they also grade your intelligence based on how many kanji you know over there. Or I don't know if that's changed, but when I was learning Japanese, that was like a fun statistic they would bring up. They're like, how smart you are is graded on your knowledge of how many kanji you know. And I was like, what?
Jeez.
The fuck?
See, I went to a college that was mostly deaf folk, so I know a lot of. I shouldn't say I know a lot of ASL, but like to get through a lot of like my like study groups, I had to learn to pick up ASL, which was hard. That was like 10 years ago, so I only know I know enough to get by at this point.
Yeah. Oh man.
I've only retained a little bit of it.
That's it. Like when you start seeing it though, do you just immediately pick it up? You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was really cool when I was in the service industry too. Is like, you know, because people will come up and be like, they'll show you their phone, and you're like, oh, that's okay. I can speak, or I can sign.
I can sign a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit slow. Just be slow.
That's cool though. I wish I was like fluent in some other language, you know? And I know I could very much just pick Japanese back up, but I don't know when I'm going to go to Japan with both quarantine and affordability.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother started learning it, so he knows Japanese quite well now. And he's doing it so he can fucking... Now, this is weeby. He's like, I can understand what they're saying in Japanese now when I watch anime. And you wouldn't think he's like a fitness, like, he's like a personal trainer and done all this shit. But he's like the nerdiest little shit on the inside. Just picture like me, but he's a personal trainer instead and a lot more bogan. And then you've got him.
Bogan. Oh, we went over that term.
Yes, pop quiz time. What does bogan mean?
Bogan, I don't remember. And it's like, I think it sounds like it's like the Australian is it like the Australian equivalent to like a hillbilly?
Yes. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
It's basically a
That's what I thought it
hillbilly.
was, but I didn't want to say it. I was like sitting there like,
No,
how do I
you're
say
right.
this without saying hillbilly?
You're right.
There's really no way.
Yeah. Look, it's there are tiers of bogan, and it ranges from trashy to, down to earth. But no, my brother's.
I get you.
My brother's. He can be a little trashy. He goes and does the stuff that I used to do when I was a kid because he just never stopped doing them. And it's like I don't know, he'll go and ride a push bike off a jump into a lake, and then do a flip. Fun shit like that. I mean, it is fun.
I get that. I've got family in what we like to call Pennsyltucky. So Pennsylvania is like it's like northern
it's like the
United
turducken
States.
Of states.
So it's central Pennsylvania, like the inside of the state.
Yeah.
Is so rural that it is like hillbilly country.
Yeah.
Like you would think you were in Kentucky or like Alabama or like somewhere not in the north.
Yeah, no, I get it. You
It
go so north that you
super-
become in the deep south. I get it.
Yes.
Full circle.
It is very much deep south,
Yeah.
but it's Pennsylvania.
Yeah, no, I get you. I follow it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. You put that in the skillet. I'm seeing what you're cooking. I don't know. What other words are here? Sunrise coming up. I'm there. I'm at the crack of dawn with you.
Oh my god.
I don't know how many of these are even real. Probably none.
I know.
I'm watching those
use
chickens while you hatch them.
I know the
Picking
up what you're putting down. There's one with dealing, I think.
I think that's the only one that I said that was actually real. I'm skanking with you. I'm on that dance floor with you. I understand.
Oh my
skanking
god!
like
All right.
Sky is skanking.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
One day I hope to do that more.
Oh my gosh.
I'll bloody get you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mom. You talking about DM? I'm just gonna break into voices. Oh my
God.
gosh, Mom.
My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, good.
Like a lot. You're making me laugh too hard.
Yeah, good. I need to. I need extra energy today. I'm gonna fucking fall over and die after this. Full disclosure, I'm very low energy today, and the coffee is the thing that's keeping me going. Because last night at 6 p.m. I just wanted to sleep at like 6 p.m. and I'm normally a night dweller. But yeah, no, it's what's he saying?
Matt aims to turn his conversational partner into a chipmunk. That's how cheeky he is.
Well, I hope to get all those cheeks raised, because that means they're either laughing or crying, and one of those two is, at least appropriate in some fashion.
Yes. If you're not laughing as hard as I am, then you're just no fun.
My Twitter handle is literally no fun brown, so I hope so.
So I'm going to tell the little story behind, because you told the story behind your photo. I think it's time that I told the story behind my photo.
Yeah, go for it.
So, real quick, if you didn't know before, I'm a super nerd, and I used to be a LARP player. I used to be a LARP character. I used to do LARP, and conveniently I went to Pennsylvania to do it. So funny thing about this photo is this is actually one of the photos that one of my partners saw when I first started like dating him. We met on like a dating app.
Oh, and this is the photo he swiped right on you for?
So this is the profile. So being the me I am.
Yep.
I had like a lot of like super colorful like hair photos, very like nicely shot because I'm a photographer. So I've got all of these like cute dramatic photos, and at the end of my profile, because I'm extra and I want everybody to know that I'm a dweeb, I put this photo. And so come to find out, on the first date with my now boyfriend of 5 years.
Yeah.
This year. When he was looking through my profile, he 100% thought I was a cam girl. He thought I was fake. Which I guess is a compliment in and of itself, that I was like this pretty girl with all these like nicely shot photos. And then there's just this, me in a parking lot in my LARP costume, ready to hit some fool.
Fuck yeah.
He was like, it was then that I saw this photo that I was like, okay, now I'm gonna say where I'm at.
Yeah, that's fair. I would honestly, I would have put that photo like one of the top ones. I think
I used that one for the top one for a while, and I got some real weirdos.
Oh, you would. I turned on
weirdos
that thing.
No matter what.
When I was doing it, I turned on that thing that Tinder does, where it like optimizes which photo is the most popular. And I shit you not, this photo was the most popular. And
the chili one?
Yeah, no, the hot dog one.
Yes.
So because I didn't give a fuck on Tinder. Like, I also know how to talk to people, so I never really came across as like creep. I mean, to my knowledge, I would always strike up a conversation. It would go fairly well, and then if it went somewhere, it went somewhere, you know. So in that sense, I did fairly well on Tinder. But yeah, no, I would put dumb shit like this on there, and people would be like, "I like your hot dog costume." I'd be like, "Hey, cool. Would you like me to wear it on the date? Because I'll do that." And then and sometimes they'd be like, "That's weird," and I'd be like, "I know, but I'm serious. It's in my closet." And then, they would call my bluff. I don't think I ever did wear it to a date, because I think it would be at the last second, either I or them would like chicken out, because they don't really want to go to the movies with some dude in a hot dog costume. But I was game to buckle down. If someone really called me on it, I would be like, I'll do it.
If you said that to me, I'd be like, cool, I'll wear my LARP costume and we'll look like a bunch of fools. No, at the time,
I would have loved
I used to have a banana costume. I have a banana costume.
I have 2 banana costumes because, okay, so I said, it all comes out, all my costumes. Okay, so I've got 2 banana costumes and 2 hot dog costumes. The reason why I have a banana costume is, as well as a hot dog costume, is I had a friend who was staying with me, and his little brother was also staying with us at the time. And he was like, "Hey, can you come and meet me in the shopping center where I'm getting some food or something like that?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." And at the time, I was like, I knew how much this guy gets like secondhand embarrassment, and I feel no shame. So what I did was I was like, hey, my friend's little brother, do you want to dress up in some costumes and embarrass the fuck out of your brother with me? And he was like, that sounds really fun, but I don't have a costume. And I'm like, I know where to get a $10 banana costume. It's just further in the shopping center. So we went around where he was in the shopping center, bought a banana costume, and I put my hot dog costume on, and I filmed it of us two like rocking up to my friend in public wearing a banana costume and a hot dog costume. And he was like, the look on his face was like, because he was like kind of like that bogan-ish guy that was like trying to be cool, even though there was no one around to impress. Like he always had like he was very insecure, to put it simply. Very classic toxic masculinity, insecure. And he was like, nah, man, I don't. And he would like try and like walk ahead or behind us, like every time. And I'd just be like, I'd be walking after and be like, hey, Cal, where you going, Cal? Hey, we're going to get some food. And I'd just be like, hey, like walking after him. And he'd just be like going everywhere.
Oh my God.
And I like, it fed me. Like the more he would get embarrassed and shrink away, the more I'd be like, yes, feed my soul. And his partner, who had just had a baby at the time, was sitting there just laughing at the whole thing. Like she loved it.
That's so much fun.
Oh,
that's
God.
Great.
Yeah. Now I go around. Jess and I have she's got like a dress with watermelons all over it, and I've got a shirt that has watermelons all over it. So now we'll go out on date night. We'll both wear the watermelon clothes.
Oh, so
yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I like doing that stuff because I made a lot of my clothes for when I worked at my office job. I actually have a lot of like really cute 1950s style dresses
Yeah.
because like that was my thing back then. And even now, like I do the headscarves, like the Rosie the Riveter style, like headscarves, and my bangs are a little too short to do it now. But I used to do like the very 1950s rockabilly, like hair curls, kind of cool stuff.
Mm.
So I have my favorite 1950s style dress that I ever made is a Star Wars dress that glows in the dark.
Go on.
My favorite. I would wear it on nights that we would go to the movies. So like we'd spent all day.
Hold on.
standing, like,
You're in a movie and
outside.
that thing starts emitting light. You're a problem in the movie theater. I know where this is going. You cannot wear that in the movie theater. Not even out of embarrassment, out of practicality reasons. I don't want to sit next to a disco
not
ball
like-
in the quiet movie space.
It's not like the whole thing was glow in the dark. It was like little. It was one of those ones that looked like they had. Not
So-
like comic book blocks, but like they had little blocks of like things, and it would be like a helmet here,
Yeah, no, I get you.
like a phrase here.
So I have to
it
angle
took-
myself. I have to do maths and work out where I'm going to get blinded while I'm in the movie theater. I'm sorry, I'm not about it. You're emitting too much light for my movie experience, and then I have to do some fucking angular light physics maths to also sit next to you. I'm sorry. That's too far for me. I'm putting like 3 people between
I'm
us.
sorry. Well, whatever. Fine.
Oh, we're never going to the movies if you wear that dress. And I don't know how we're ever going to go to the movies, but
Yeah, how are we gonna ever go to the movies?
I just fly to fucking
Sure,
Virginia to
I'll
go see
just, like-
Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah, I'll just hop on the nearest fucking plane and fly my ass over to Australia.
For
while
real
I'm-
though, you all should fly over to Australia and visit me. That would be fun, and we can all go
I
to the
do
3
wanna
mini
go to
stores near
Australia.
me.
I will specifically wear the glow in the dark dress.
You should do that.
Just
We'll
to piss
have
you
we'll
off.
we'll get plasticity to do it. We're gonna have I think Acid Summer just doesn't live too far away from me, so we could do that. We'll all hang out. That sounds
Yeah.
fun. And then we'll all fucking wear glow in the dark dresses to a goddamn movie theater and be obnoxious.
You.
I'm sorry. It's fine. Look, it's not a battery powered dress. I'm sure it's not going to emit too much.
It's not battery powered, no. And it's a little bit of glowing. It's not a ton
know.
of glowing.
It's for the bit.
Asshole.
I know. I love it.
I don't want to kill the vibe, but I don't own a glow in the dark dress.
Well, much like my friend didn't own a banana costume, I think you might have to go buy one just for this event. And I know that the bills are racking
Interesting
up
story.
a lot. I know the bills are racking up a lot for your Australia glow in the dark dress mini painting trip, but it'll be worth it when you see it, you know?
If it makes you feel better, plasticity, I do have still a fairly obnoxious amount of yardage of that fabric. I just need a measuring tape at this point. You don't have a glow in the dark dress? I got you, bro.
So, our friend Scarlet Moth, who's actually coming on Thursday for painting.
Ooh.
Yeah, so George wasn't able to do it, but we got a guest on Thursday called, her name is Scarlet Moth, friend of the show. Lovely person. She's going to come and paint some minis with us. First ever guest on the show, but she just made, she had a viral tweet going around that, she made, like, she drew, like, a bunch of mushrooms based on the Elder Scrolls art. So, like, all of those kind of mushrooms you see in game. And then Elder Scrolls themselves retweeted it, were like, that's fucking awesome. But in addition to that, she turned that into a fabric print and got that made.
Ooh.
And so, like, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, Golgari dress. Like a mushroom fabric. So we could.
I'm not an Elder Scrolls fan, but I do love mushrooms, being
Yeah.
a green witch. So I'm gonna have to ask her to see if I can get some of that fabric.
I'm gonna find the photo and put it in the thing. But yeah, no, it looks fucking awesome. Oh yeah, that's right. It's all like different
I
colors.
still have to make. I have a Minecraft fabric that I'm supposed to make a Minecraft skirt out of that I'm very excited about.
Is it like got diamonds and stuff all
super-
over it?
It's actually, so I bought it before I started playing Minecraft, and it's like this really pretty teal, and it's got all of the
Ooh.
weapons on it, as well as like the little hearts.
I love a good teal.
It's a really nice. It's like your background teal, actually.
Yeah, I mean, can you tell I like teal with this background?
Teal is really great. Could
All
you
right,
tell I
here-
like purple?
I also purple. I would say purple's my favorite color, but teal is a very close second. So here is the
Oh my
fabric
gosh.
she drew all of this, and this is the fabric she made.
Ooh.
Right? Hey, if you talk to her real nice, she could maybe print some more.
I'll talk to her real nice. And Irken has mushroom fabric, please.
Irken has. Irken has. That sounds like a character voice. Irken has. Should we talk about RPGs?
I was gonna say we should probably talk about. I was gonna segue into speaking of character voices. We wanted to talk a little bit about our experience with Vaesen.
Yeah. So
why start now?
Why start now? Well, we've got
called Good Morning RPG.
Yeah, and this show is a little shorter than normal, so we do probably only another hour. So let's talk about some of that for the next little while.
So we wanted to chat about our experience with the Band of Badgers crew, playing this awesome RPG, Vaesen. It is a Nordic horror role-playing game. I'm gonna bang off this synopsis real quick.
Yeah.
So welcome to the mythic North, Northern Europe of the 19th century, but not as we know it today. A land where myths are real, a cold reach converted by vast forests, its few cities lonely beacons of industry and enlightenment, a new civilization dawning. But in the countryside, the old ways will still hold sway. There, people know what lurks in the dark. They know to fear it. So, Vaesen is very much, so it's set in Uppsala, Sweden. We love it. It is very much based on, like, classic, what do I want to say, like, I don't want to say like fairy tales or anything like that, but critters that could be theoretically found in Swedish lore. I'm sure Plasticity will call me out if I'm being a complete liar. Folklore. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, it's like folklore. Yeah.
So this game was written by Nils Hintz. Sure, I'm screwing that up.
I'm not. Yeah, sure.
Yes, based on the Swedish illustration work of author Johan Egersten. I'm American and I don't know how to say any of these words.
That's fine.
Oh, so it is a dark Gothic setting steeped in the Nordic folklore, and the old myths of Scandinavia. So, yeah. So I know I had a lot of fun. I got to play the Hunter class. I think that's what it was called.
I think you were a hunter, yeah.
Yes. I got to play the Hunter class. I played a character named Selby Helvig. A very cool, like... gosh, how do I describe them? Very androgynous, fun kind of character, a little bit shy, spends a lot of time in the forest. I basically told the DM, I was like, hey, look, I want to be Tilda Swinton.
Oh, yeah?
If she played Aragorn.
Ooh, I like that. Man, we should have Elle on. He was great.
Yes, Elle was amazing. So if none of you have seen the Band of Badgers Vaesen game, I have missed the last 2 episodes. I have not finished the finale yet. But I did keep up with the story.
Yeah.
We should have thought of that.
We should have thought of that. I've been like working my way through the list, and Elle, I'm gonna put Elle up much higher. He's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. He was an absolutely fantastic DM. So if you guys are kind of interested in learning what this kind of mechanic was, Elle was an absolute amazing DM for this. I think he also did a lot of research about Scandinavia, because I learned, interestingly enough, on Jeopardy last night that the man, what is his name? Carl Linnaeus.
Carl Linnaeus. Carl Linnaeus.
Carl Linnaeus was a real Scandinavian botanist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So that was kind of crazy.
All good,
Yeah,
Acid.
that was.
I nearly called you out for it and be like, I bet that wasn't for this chat. But now I am calling you out. It's funny because you drew attention to yourself. Anyway, go on. Sorry, saying.
So yeah, so I got to play a hunter named Selby Helvig. I also had a cool dog. That was the cool thing about being a hunter is I got like a big
pet,
hunting
right?
dog. Yeah, so I can't remember what breed he was, but it was like a Scandinavian breed of like bear hunting dogs. Like dogs they use for hunting bears.
Yeah.
And then I ironically named him Bjorn.
Oh, that's amazing.
So yeah, it was super cool. I got to do a lot of really fun folklore research myself because I was playing a changeling. So I got to do a lot of really cool research about Scandinavian folklore about changelings, which was super fun. And Elle was super cool about like facilitating that research and kind of building it into their game, even though it never came up. It never came up.
I mean, sometimes that happens in RPGs. They got so much to juggle as a DM. You know, I feel like I feel like you would know that as well when you've DM'd.
Well, so I say that because I know Plasticity is going to call me out eventually. The day after my stream,
Go on.
he was like, Selby's a changeling. And I was like, no, he's not. Or no, they're not. Sorry, I used they, them. Plasticity was like, yeah, Selby's a changeling. I was like, no, they're not. No, they're not. And like immediately messaged Elle. And I was like, how did he know?
Yeah, so, how did your game end then? How did your? Oh, well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard without spoilers. Is spoiler territory
spoilers.
over for it anymore?
I mean, I think it's all out.
Okay, well, at this point, this is spoiler territory. So
spoiler territory. Yeah, we should probably.
If you're gonna watch Vaesen, spoilers. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
If you plan on watching the Band of Badgers Vaesen game, I think we're gonna start talking about some spoilers. So beware.
There's no spoilers emote. Let's get one of those.
Probably be a
pretty good one.
Spoiler. Like that.
It's like spoiler. Such a niche emote.
Yeah, it would be a super niche emote.
That's fine.
What'd you ask me? You asked me. I
asked how your game ended.
Oh, how my game ended. So my game ended on kind of a peaceful note. We didn't end up fighting the Vaesen that we came into contact with. I think we came into contact with what was called a revenant, which are like spirits that died in super horrific ways, and they come back and kind of haunt areas in which they were killed. But we ended up not having to fight that particular Vaesen. We were able to kind of I thought it was a really good first. So I guessed on the first two episodes, like apart then from session 0, like the first section. So I feel like that was a really nice segue to kind of get everybody acclimated to the game. So we didn't have to do any kind of fighting. I did see it got kind of intense towards the end, which is kind of crazy. Like with your episodes, you guys got all kinds of crazy, and there was a church grim that was crazy. But that was a lot of fun. So yeah, tell us a little bit about Cassius. Cassius?
Crassius.
Crassius.
Yeah, so
that's the one.
I ported my Elder Scrolls character Crassius Curio, who wrote in that realm the Lusty Argonian Maid, and I kept him as an author, and I was a bishop or something in my game. I barely stuck to my class or anything. I went hard into the author aspect. And Plasticity's character was basically the foil. We were each other's foil. and it translated very well. I loved playing him, and he basically had an encounter with the creature we were hunting called the Glosson, which is like a boar, like a boar creature that will kill.
Sure.
And later on, we found out that people are getting you can summon the Glosson by killing someone and turning them into such a creature. And it's because Crassius had an encounter with it. He was hunting for it to get both a bit of closure, but also was later we found out that I was trying to utilize the Glosson because I was like, well, if I have a Glosson, that's scary. And scary means that I have leverage. And leverage means that I can get out of my fucking late book contract that I had agreed to, and I don't have my fucking draft ready for it. So my whole arc became about me not wanting to do my work on time.
Oh, Glosson isn't in here.
If
anybody needs a reason to purchase this book, I mean, let's talk a little bit about this art.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, the the photo that is in the chat box. I'm not sure about the large one that's not in like this main book that I have is like the player's guide. It's basically all you need to know is as a player. And then like the first chapter or like one little thing for like the DM as well as some of the creatures. So it's a really good starter. I'm probably gonna buy the rest of the stuff for this campaign because
I would love to own
I think it's lovely. But the other creature, the one that's standing up on that little steepled roof, that is a church grim, which is one of my favorites. Like that's one of my favorite creatures.
The book,
just because
the book
they're
is gorgeous.
super cool.
So, yeah,
the book is gorgeous, and if anybody likes books, first of all, this is a really nice matte.
Yeah, it's not glossy.
Like a matte cover, and this has really nice, thick, high quality paper. Which,
not a
as
sponsor.
A person who loves...
Not a sponsor. Freelink Publishing,
not a sponsor.
if you
no.
watching, though, up for sponsor.
We love this campaign. This was a lot of fun.
It was really fun.
I think what we're getting from this is it was a lot of fun for us to play.
The system works as well. Like, it's not too confusing. Like, I was able to just pop in, never played before, and I got it.
Oh, yeah. And there's not a ton of information. Like, I don't want to say there's not a ton of information. The rules are very simplistic. It is very straightforward. There is maybe like a chapter that's maybe 10 pages long that basically describes how the game is played.
That's great.
It's very easy to pick up, which is super cool.
As someone who I struggle picking up a lot of different things because I'm so ingrained into a couple RPGs that I need the rules for the new stuff to be accessible. I need it to be like really easy to digest because I'm struggling with Pathfinder at the moment. I really like Pathfinder 2E, but it's an adjustment because there's so much. But
like D&D is the only game that I've ever really played in a TTG format, other than like I guess you could consider like Gloomhaven to be a TTRPG because there is that roleplay aspect in it, even though it is kind of like a board game.
It's a board game with very heavy TTRPG elements.
Exactly, yeah. And having really only played D&D and a smidgen of World of Darkness in my college days, this is the first time I've ever really picked up another module and learned a completely new way of playing a game. Yeah. And this was the easiest to digest as like somebody who understands RPGs and stuff like that. And the cool thing about this is they've got like little blurbs of like examples of how combat works, how like PvP works, if like you want to make opposing roles like to other players in the party and stuff like that. It is very easy to digest, which is something I really appreciated because I needed to learn how to play this in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, yes, plasticity is absolutely right. Free League is so good at making their rules accessible.
Absolutely.
Which is great. And I thought it was really cool that throughout the game, Elle was able to kind of finagle things, and it did feel very customized to the group, and I think that also has something to say about Elle as a DM and the how well meshed the rest of the characters were outside of just the guests.
Yeah.
I thought all the guests were really great though too.
Elle,
Everybody kind of brought their own chaos.
Elle, this is not a sponsor, but you know, you're great. You're great at DMing, dude.
We love Elle.
We'll get him on at some point. Sorry.
So let's talk a little bit. I've got I was gonna bring up my second bullet point unless you wanted to say something first.
Not really. I'm trying not to disassociate a little, so let's keep this train going.
All right. So if there was one thing that you could change about the game that you were part of, what would you change and why?
I don't know. I like the rules as they were, but I also haven't. I've only played it twice, so I played the 2 streams. I really like the success system. I get that it's hard to succeed. Like you are quite likely to fail your checks, but
so
based on
let me
your
clarify
roles,
the question.
Yeah.
So I want to clarify the question. I mean, like things that happen to you in the game.
Oh.
Like, what was a situation that you came upon in the game that you would change? Is there anything that you would have changed about how you reacted to something or that?
I didn't want to kill a character on the screen, but I wanted to get my job done. Crassius really wanted to take that boar to the publishers and see what happened with them, whether they all died or not. But that would have involved me. That literally would have involved me shooting Plasticity's character, and I was the one-shot character. Plasticity wasn't. So
I would have paid money to watch Crassius shoot Enki.
The problem was I had basically a double-barreled sawn-off hunting rifle, so Plasticity would have died. Like, this isn't like grievously injured. I would have blown his fucking chest cavity out of her bloody body and viscera. We're on top of a lighthouse. It would have been fantastic, but I don't want to take away someone's fun like that.
I don't know. It looks like he was banking on that.
If he were down to, but that's the thing. Crassius probably also would have died to the rest of the party, then shoving him off a lighthouse. So I don't think I was gonna get what Crassius wanted.
Would have been a nice dramatic end to the episode.
It would have. But I don't want my reputation to always be evil betrays the party. Shove a potion in there, she'll be right. Maybe. I actually don't know if there are potions in Vassan.
I don't think so, but there was some crazy magics.
What's the Unreal Medicine thing? I'm not familiar with that. So, Plasticity says,
a natural
medicine. Sorry, not Unreal Medicine. It's not a game engine.
It's not an actual function of the game, I don't think.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He was just making a joke.
Oh, okay.
I think as far as me, I think a lot of my regrets about the game is being so introverted. Granted, when I did Vassan, it was my first stream ever. I had never streamed before then. I was brand new to it. I was terrified.
Yeah.
When Elle was like, introduce your character, I had a sheet sitting in front of me. I had this lovely sheet that has my character description on it, and I completely forgot how to read.
It's fine.
I didn't know how to read.
I rocked up with like a cue card like this, and I was like, Crassius is an author, and he is very good at his job, and he doesn't like his publishers not very much there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also had an encounter with stuff in the later. That's why I'm one of these weekday children, or whatever the fuck they call them.
Tuesday's children. Thursday's children. Sorry, not Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I know it's Thursday. It's just he doesn't care.
I know. I was
a child born on one of the days of the week, I'm sure.
I'm bad at character creation.
I I take a concept and dial it to 11. That's about it.
Yeah.
Author
Yeah.
doesn't like
This is
publishing his books.
this is
Done.
definitely one of those things where like I would love to replay Vassin as a character and
Yeah.
bring Selby back because I had like I'm that extra person that like I came up with a 2-story backstory. I've got like a history.
See, I do the opposite.
So much work.
I figure out what my character is as I'm playing them. I do like the minimum amount of work, and I hand that to the DM and go, I don't care what you do with this. I will roll with you. And they'll be like, they sit there and they're just like, you've given me the world of torture for yourself. And I'm like, yes, good, do it.
Good. Stab me with as many knives
Stab
as
me
you
with
can,
those
please.
emotional knives of pain. I like it.
But I think that's really my only other than
Oh, I knew I had
I
the gun.
really
I just
wish-
like doing those reveals.
there was a question that I wanted to ask that I never got to ask Elle during the game. Because there was a reference that the revenant that we had found said that myself, Father Pavel, and I think somebody else looked like the people who killed him.
Oh.
And I never got to ask who Selby looked like because Selby is a changeling.
Oh.
So I don't, like, I was raised by human parents, but theoretically, even if my ancestors were there for his murder.
Just gonna
who
open
are
a
those
window
people?
real quick. I'm blocked up.
Yeah. Go right ahead. So that was a question that I kind of wanted. Like, no, that's why I'm continuing to talk, motherfucker.
Okay.
So that is one of the things that like I seriously regret not asking that question. But again, it goes back to it was only my first stream ever, and I was terrified out of my pants.
I'm here.
Acid says stop yelling.
I'm yelling from afar,
rude.
so my mic levels will register. Immediately that worked.
so-
I'm like clearing up already.
There you go. Awesome. So on the opposite end
cold.
of that spectrum then, Matt,
Yep.
is what is one of your favorite parts from the game that you got to play?
I loved almost every interaction with Plasticity's character, Selby. I also really liked somehow getting a minion in one of the main party members. Fuck, what was their name? It was the brick.
Look,
It was the brick
Yeah,
shithouse character.
Alexander, I think.
Yeah, no, but I kept. Yeah, it was
Okay.
Kruger. I kept going. Hey,
Kruger!
hey,
His
Krugs.
first name is Alexander.
I know, but
alright? Or the Russian equivalent.
I would call him Krugs. I'd be like, "Hey, Krugs, we're on."
Krugs.
And like it was like I would walk in and he had a big gun and a bear trap, and I would walk into anywhere and we'd be like, "So here's my friend. I'm also here. Nice for you to meet me. Where could we find what we want?"
I think some of my favorite parts about those episodes was the bleeping out your own
Oh, like
expletives.
this?
Oh, see, that didn't register.
Did it
for
not
me.
register?
I didn't hear it. I don't know if the stream can hear it.
No, it's coming through on stream. I can see it registering.
Okay.
Is that not coming through for you? I don't know why.
Okay. I don't know. Plasticity says you guys can hear it.
Fair. Maybe.
But,
I guess it doesn't come through my mic feed. It must come through my like system feed. I don't know.
True.
Either or.
But that was funny. And then I think what was it? Oh, when who was it? Ingrid had asked Father Pavel to get a hair from Anki.
Yeah.
The dynamic between those two was great. I knew when I came into the game that I was gonna like Ingrid because I was like, she's a dirty hobo who lives in the forest.
Yeah.
I'm not a hobo, but I live in the forest.
Yeah.
But that was
Ingrid
that
was
a
the
lot of
witchy
fun.
character?
Yes,
Yeah.
she was the witchy character.
Yeah, she
It
was,
was
great.
really funny because I know I talked to Ree about that, and she goes, "I'm going for bog witch," but she's like, "I don't want to be offensive to the witch community." And I was like, "You're doing totally fine.
Oh.
You're being a perfect bog witch. From one witch to a fictitious witch, you're doing great."
I loved seeing that character just be very upfront about their witchiness, but when they get asked about it, they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't want to be arrested. Acid, if you could send me that clip, that'd be fantastic. I want to download that.
I definitely think plasticity that Ingrid was probably shroom core.
Yeah, I agree.
She was bog core. We're gonna be honest.
Bog core, yeah.
She was a dirty witch. Cottage core is kind of like
That's not witchy. It's like
well, no, cottage core can be witchy. Like you could be a witch and be cottage core, but like I always think of like cottage core is like moss and like teacups with flowers on them.
Yeah. This is like
Bogan.
Boggin. No, it's boggin.
Bogan. Bogan.
No. As in like bogan, he was correct, but the pun is boggin.
Gotcha.
Like she could go down a sled on a hill with that, the toboggan.
She did have pocket tea. I actually took that idea of Ingrid for my ranger character in Velkenweave.
Oh yeah.
So it's like whenever somebody needs something really weird, I like pull it out of my pocket. I pull like somebody was looking for like a nice smooth rock, and I was like, oh, I have a nice smooth rock in my pocket. Here you go. Like, I need some moss. Oh hey, wait, I've got some of that in my back pocket.
What else do we do?
I make a point to be like, I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff in my pockets, like a weird person.
So in that game, what else is there? So the way that you do skill checks in that game is like successes. You got to roll sixes. You have a certain pool of dice, and the higher your modifier number or whatever is how many d6 you roll. So I had 7 in certain things, so I'd roll 7 d6s, and then for every 6 I would get, that is a success. Yeah. And I think, does it matter how many successes you get? How good your roll is?
It depends on the kind of roll you're making.
Okay. Well,
sometimes they do specify that sometimes if you get extra successes, you can get more information. But that's kind of like up to DM discretion.
Okay.
It's kind of like how I don't know if it came up in the later games, but I know when we were playing in Dance of Dreams, we actually had to make a Fear 2 check, which was you needed 2 successes to make sure you got over this fear. So that is a thing that like the DM can facilitate. Like, you know, this is so scary. You need to get 2 successes in order to make it. But yeah, there's one of those funny things where it's like the game that I played was very emotional, and it was like I very much made a character that doesn't know how to deal with their emotions.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, if you needed me to point and shoot at things, I can roll 9 dice.
I mean, that was it. So in ours, I made a character that was very good at talking, and then I just had a very large gun as well. So when it came to combat, the Glosson started like charging me, and I pull out an apple, and I just stand the board down because I succeeded my check, and I just throw the apple to the side, and then the board just goes for the apple, and I'm like, yes, good, stay near me, but not killing me. And I would like try and do stuff with it then, and then it just turned into a friggin' person because they dispelled the spell, and I was like, no! I was so close!
That was crazy. Watching that episode, there was a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
Although granted, I feel like there was a lot of emotions throughout the entire season, which was really cool. And again, anybody who's watching, go watch the Band of Badgers stuff. We should probably drop a YouTube.
Yeah, drop a link to
for that.
Hold on, I'll find it.
I'm gonna go grab a.
All right, you grab it.
YouTube link for this really quick.
But yeah, no, the system's really good. If you haven't had the time to check out Band of Badgers, we basically spruiked them the whole time. Because we love them. Literally, we wouldn't have this show if we didn't talk about them. So, Vaesen as a system, I quite enjoy. This is. I mean, I'm trying not to make it a review.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I would check it out. It's again, yeah, simple rules, and the system just works for what they're trying to do with it. What else have we got? Yeah, love playing Crassius. Crassius is just a back pocket character for me now. And Leia has just dropped in the chat, Band of Badgers YouTube, if you want to check it out. They've got all their streams there. But
Yeah, I think I dropped in the one for like the entire playlist. So that's their whole season.
oh, sweet. Yeah, so you can go from start to finish. I really should watch the end of that because I want to find out what happened to everyone.
Yeah.
And who
Because
died, if anyone died.
Because I was so emotionally involved with the beginning of the game. That's why I was like I tried very hard to stick close to watching the episodes and knowing what happened because I did feel very attached to the characters. The people who played the main characters in that particular game were so amazing. Plasticity, who we keep talking to in chat, was part of that group and was absolutely lovely. Ree, who plays Ingrid, was amazing. I really miss Holly. Holly was on the first half and unfortunately had to leave. But she was absolutely lovely as Esther, I believe. She was a lot of fun. She balanced the chaos of the party out, whereas Kruger made it more chaos.
Yeah, that's why I think I liked Kruger and Anki so much, because Kruger amplified my chaos, and while Anki was trying to rein us in, also contributed to it inadvertently as well.
Yep.
Like she was trying to keep Crassius under control and ended up just like causing their own set of shenanigans.
I have questions about Anki. There are things that I want to know Anki more. Plasticity, who is this person? She has so many secrets and I'm just dying to know.
I can't think of anything else with Vasson. Did you have any more?
I think my last one was like what were your overall thoughts about your experience. But I think we kind of covered the overall experience.
I had a really good time overall.
We've gushed over this game a little bit. So like, yeah, if anybody wants to check it out, again, this is not a review and we're absolutely not.
Yeah, we're not paid to say this or anything like that.
We're not paid to say this. We're just talking about our fun experience with this particular module. We had a lot of fun and we both played in it. So we thought it was a kind of a cool thing to kind of talk about, because this is an RPG show. We should probably talk about RPGs eventually.
Oh, we've spent a whole half an hour specifically on Vasson, so I think we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Has 3, the numbers. We're doing pretty well. You've just
3 number.
Has 3110, lots of numbers. Welcome to the stream. We're just wrapping up talking about our experience with Vasson, so last chance to ask any questions that you may or may not have with this RPG. It's a Nordic horror themed RPG, so I'll give you some time. 3110, that's so much easy. I'll just call you Hast. I'll just call you Hast. It's all good.
So again, like if anybody wants to pick this up, this is Free League. So Free League is the one who has Vasson. They have the main player book, which is what this is. And then as well as like the rest of the campaign stuff, and I think there's also might be a monster manual. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not sure. I need to look into it.
I can't remember what other books that they have, but this was really lovely, and I thought this was really cool. So we're open to questions for the rest of the show.
But
we can continue to talk about anything we want.
Yeah.
It looks like how would you imagine a Vasson equivalent campaign setting for your own respective backyards? And would you play or DM this one? Respective backyards? Are you saying like our own campaign?
As in within our settings. So how would you run Vasson in America, or how would I run Vasson in Australia? I would actually go down the route of looking into some like Australian mythological creatures, so like a bit of the Aboriginal folklore, because there's some really, really cool shit that they have regarding like the dream time and the monsters and myths that are in here. I am struggling to come up with anything, but there's some really cool like demonic kind of esque creatures with Dreamtime Nightmares. That's amazing.
Dreamtime Nightmares, I like that.
In saying that, as someone who does not have that as their cultural heritage, I would very much do my research and like go and talk to people and like have people collaborating in the cast and crew if I was to ever do something like that, because I really like the whole aspect of it because we got taught a bit about it in schools, but I would want to know that I'm both paying respect to it but also doing like a creative homage to it as well. That'd be really cool.
And as an American, I'm very much in the same boat as I am. Clearly a very white person. Granted, I am only second generation immigrant from my family. Second generation. But yeah, it would be very much a lot of research, a lot of respect, because I know, especially in the United States, because there's a lot of blood in the bones of this country. Not to bring it down, but there is a lot of bullshittery as far as it comes to like what immigrants, what people coming over from England did to the native population and losing all of that culture. There would have to be a lot of research and a lot of respect having done it to do this kind of game in America. We do have a lot of like spirit stuff in America, so I think it would be a lot of that. So what are you giggling about over there?
I'm looking up some like fascinating indigenous myths and legends, and like two of the ones I have spotted, I've literally been to the sites. So there's one called the Rainbow Serpent, which I haven't been to because it's literally a rainbow serpent, like it's a creature. So it's like a quintessential dreaming story, regional variants, but the common thread is a huge snake that slumbers beneath the Earth's surface until it emerges from the ground to awaken different groups of animals and travel through the landscape, forging hills, lakes, and valleys and rivers in previously featureless terrain. So that was the one I was trying to think of, the Rainbow Serpent. I don't know the actual the name for it, but that's like the descriptor of it. There's literally one. I used to go camping sort of near here because there was a road called Black Mountain Road, and it's literally a place called Black Mountain or Place of the Spear, and it's a massive black granite boulders in North Queensland where I grew up, probably about an hour from where I literally lived for 18 years. It's got like religious significant sites. There is like the legend of the Black Mountain is also assumed extra significance upon the European arrival, when colonists and their horses and cattle would regularly disappear into the gaping crevasses between boulders. So there's like a story already in there, I reckon. And I actually think I know exactly where they're talking about because there is a huge natural cave system there.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's, I think it was, where was it called? Granite Gorge or something like that, near Black Mountain. So that's cool. And then Devil's...
Host.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to answer because Host in the chat says, is there not an American mythological man called Paul Bunyan that's a giant man with an axe? That's more of like a child's story. It's not really like a mythological story or anything like that. At least not that I would consider. Man, I don't even really remember that story because it just made almost no impression on me whatsoever. I remember hearing that story and being like, that's bullshit.
There's also another one that I have been to the rough area of in Cairns. It's called the Devil's Pool in Babinda Boulders. I know where Babinda is, so it took on this spooky name because there was a runaway bride named Ulana who leapt to her watery grave when she was separated from her would-be husband. Indigenous legend has it that she's been luring men into the dangerous swimming hole ever since, and it's claimed 17 lives since 1959. I have been to this because there's a big fence around it now, and it's fenced off with the eerie epitaph, "He came for a visit and stayed forever." Because I'm pretty sure if you fell into the pool, the walls are slick, and I'm pretty sure this is from memory, so I could be very wrong. you cannot get out if you were to fall in there. And there's a lot of like volcanic craters that kind of go underneath the earth, and they appear in another lake. Like there's two lakes that are miles and miles apart called Lake Ichuka and Lake Barina, I think it was. And they're connected by like a volcanic cavern, but they don't know how. They think they are, and they've never been able to connect it. They've sent down like things to try and work it out, but it's so deep that they can't do it. But they have evidence of life and samples from both that are identical, so they think that it's connected somewhere in the middle there, or they were previously connected at some point. Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
no, I don't have anything like that. No, anything quite like that. I think a lot of so where I grew up in New York, we were actually quite close to a native reservation. So we got to hear a lot of stories like that when growing up and whatnot, having a fairly large native population in the area. I always thought that their stories were really cool.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, you don't appreciate that when you're a kid. Like when I was, absorbing that information, like I couldn't retell any of those stories because they never, they never stuck in my brain or anything like that. But now it's one of those things where it's like very much in the States, being more aware of what we've done culturally to people in the States. Boy,
as in like the invasion
I
stuff?
hate being in America. I hate being a white person in America. I will just say that.
Dude, have you seen
people.
what Australians have done? Some pretty nasty shit as well. We are still on the back foot in all of that stuff in terms of like needing to have way more considerations and all of this stuff for our community, because like they still get treated so terribly. It's awful.
It's the same thing over here. Beware Paul Bunyan, the axe-carrying groom man. He'll chase you and then you'll die. Fun.
Midnight Oil has taught me this. As in Midnight Oil, the band? Because there's a band that a politician was in called Midnight Oil here.
Interesting.
I can't remember his name.
Yes, the band.
Yeah, no, it's like, they're not a small band either. They were quite a large band. Yeah, Peter Garrett is the politician.
Peter Garrett, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, he wasn't just some like no name. He was like a fairly prominent politician who was also in this band called Midnight Oil.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure it's Peter Garrett. But yeah.
That name sounds so familiar.
Beds are
where I've heard it.
Yeah. It was Peter Garrett. He's an activist and former politician. I don't remember what he stood for, but yeah, that coincidentally, yes, all of that.
There's actually a movie recently that I saw, a remake of Wrong Turn that actually takes place in the Appalachians, which are very near to where I am. And actually recently I went on a camping trip to the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
And my dad made fun of us because he's like, you guys just watched that wrong turn and you guys are gonna end up getting captured by druids that live in the forest. Because like essentially it's about like it's a story about a bunch of people who have been living up in the mountains since before the Civil War, and they have this like almost perfect society where they're like, we don't have technology or anything like that, but like everybody contributes and we have no, like, we don't care what you look like or if you're a man or a woman, as long as you contribute to our society, like you're equal among us. And I was like, man, that were to ever happen to me. If I were to ever get captured in the Appalachian Mountains by some druids, I would 100% join those people. I would 100%. Midsommar is classicity. Midsommar is my favoritist movie of all time. Favoritist.
That's great.
I want to join that community Those are the people I want to be with.
You should do it. Go get
Those are my
yourself
people,
caught.
damn it.
Go get yourself caught.
As sweet as a comedy. That's funny. I don't know how it's a comedy to a Swede, but I think that it was a very in terms of like the impression that I got from that particular movie is it's like there's this girl who is slowly having all of these toxic people like cut out of her life, and eventually she finds a nice Swede community to be part of. Damn it. It's labeled as a horror movie.
It's labeled as a horror, but is it really a horror? It
was a lovely movie. I thought that everybody got their just deserves at the end.
It's a family tale, really, at heart.
Just desserts. That's what it is. Just desserts.
I want some just
desserts.
It's a
breakup movie.
You can have some just hors d'oeuvres.
Just hors d'oeuvres?
What if you just have some just hors d'oeuvres and then it's no dessert and no dinner? That's just called yumcha.
It's called what?
What is it called in America? Dim sum. Dim sum.
That's like
it's like when you have like all the plates
brunch.
and the trolleys. Plates. It's like the dumplings and the pastries. And
I suppose, but here that's like dim sum. You get that like Sunday morning after church.
This is like wait, what? No, this isn't like church cuisine. I mean, it could be. You could go after church, like. Dim sum, like they come around with like the little trolleys and they have like baskets of dumplings, and then you get like you just take a basket and then they give you a basket depending on what you want.
Yeah, but like back in New York, you could only get that like Sunday morning before lunch.
Why?
Because we didn't have a very big dim sum population.
Man, yumcha's fucking awesome, dude. Like you go there, I mean, they'll only really serve it from like 10 till 2, and then they'll reopen for dinner. But yeah. Man,
yeah, I didn't have anything like that.
Oh, you're missing out. We'll take it. If you come over here for that painting / costume / whatever else trip we've organized, now it's also painting, costume, and yumcha trip. I'll get you to eat Benji from the cast. He like one of his favorite things to eat there are chicken feet. I'm not even doing a bit. He loves eating them.
Chicken feet.
Yeah, it's like the cartilage and all that. Like they cook it and steam it, so it's really soft.
I'm gonna throw up.
I can't eat it either. It looks awful, but he loves it, and it's covered in like soy sauce and stuff.
Ew! Oh, I had sushi for lunch, and now my stomach hurts.
Yeah, it's like if you like gelatinous cartilage, you're good.
Ah, stop it! Stop talking.
I'm gonna stick
Throw
Benji
on the ending music. I'm out of here.
We still got 15 minutes left. We're not doing a wrap up for another 10 minutes, buddy. I'm gonna talk about chicken feet for another 10 minutes.
No, if you talk about chicken feet, I will fucking log off now.
Oh, like I just hear the doo-doo, and then I just have to sit here and we'll sit in silence out of spite. Last 10 minutes. What are we doing on Thursday?
Oh, Thursday. So we have what's her name? Scarlet
Moth.
Did you say
Yeah.
Scarlet Moth. So she is going to be guesting with us, and we've had a small change of plans. We're going to be painting some Nolzor's stuff. I think you and her are going to be painting magic miniatures.
Yeah, so
right?
I coincidentally have the same mini, so I have a big Rakdos demon that I'll be painting, and she's also got that.
Oh, so you guys are going to be doing like big Rakdos stuff?
Yeah, so they're like the frost giant size, but I also might paint some regular Nolzers while that big one's drying.
Right on.
I will.
I could break out my demon lady or something like that.
Yeah, go for it. This will very much be a painting stream, but also teach. Scarlett literally is coming on because she wants us to teach her how to do good mini painting. So if you're interested in that, chat, then we're going to be doing like literally a bit more of an educational stream. This time we're going to have like how to do base coating, maybe how to do some washing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like easy to join in.
All right, I'll grab something probably easy to do, maybe an easy creature or something like that, or maybe something I almost have finished. But yeah, so we're going to be doing some cool painting. Like Matt said, it's going to be a little bit like a how-to. So that's gonna be really exciting. I'm really pumped about that. I'm gonna be doing a lot of painting streams this week, and I'm
What else
very
you
excited
doing?
about that.
What else you doing?
So tomorrow night, I'm actually going to be going on with the Band of Badgers team because we love them so freaking much. So I'm doing Band of that fucking face. So I'm going to be with the Band of Badgers team, and I'm going to be doing a how-to, but we're going to be focusing on eyes. So we've all bought, well, I shouldn't say all. Me and Dave. I have no idea if anybody else who's going to be there has bought these minis. We bought some minis from Reaper they're like little chibis, so they've got like nice big faces and like nice big eyes for us to concentrate a little bit on doing some eye painting. So we're gonna be doing that tomorrow.
Jess, that is starting at 6 a.m. if you want to get up at 6, but you will be alone in that endeavor because I do not have to get up at that time, and I probably will watch the VOD.
You could also watch the VOD.
Yeah, no.
Unless you want to ask me questions. Very early in the morning.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, Jess might. She gets up much earlier than I do because she works an office job. So
I think it's. Let me double check real quick
6 till.
Make sure.
Is it a 5? Is it a? Oh fuck! Is it their regular time? Because that'll be a 6 a.m. start.
It is 8 p.m. their time.
8 p.m. BT.
Oh wait, sorry. That is the sound check. It is 9 p.m. BST.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're 12 hours ahead, so it'll be exactly
9
BST 6 a.m.
Yeah,
it's the normal time. So it starts at 6 a.m.
See you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Jess.
I'm sorry. You can have half of our household paying attention, but I will not.
All right. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing some I have to pick which mini I'm gonna be doing. So we're gonna be doing eye painting tomorrow, on some nice exaggerated faces. I'm very excited about that because all of the little small world characters from Reaper are so freaking cute. So I'm very excited. It's gonna be awesome. They're like little, like I've got like a little barbarian. She's got like an axe and a cool braid.
Oh,
and I'm all about
Small
that.
World Sophie and stuff. Oh my god, they're adorable.
They're adorable.
That's
they're only $2.99.
All right, hold on.
Not sponsored.
I'm slapping a link into this chat. Yeah, they're pretty. Well, they're $4 here, but that's still very good for a mini.
Oh, that's true.
They're
$2.99 in the States.
Yeah.
$4.99 in Aussie.
So they are. Well, they're actually $4.20 here.
Okay.
So
$4.20.
That's pretty good. Hey, check that link out. They're pretty cute.
But they're super, super cool. So then I'll be doing painting with them, doing eyes, and then we'll do like a general tutorial on my Wednesday, your Thursday.
Yes.
Big stream week for me because I'm also streaming on Tuesday.
Are you also doing? Is that Velkin?
Yes, that is my regular Velkin weave. So when your Wednesday, my Tuesday, I'm going to be doing Velkin weave, which is 7 p.m. EST, so same time, I think it's 9 a.m. for you folks.
Yeah.
We're going to be, I'm pretty sure we're going to be fighting a boss underwater. I think it's an aboleth.
That's cool.
The DM keeps saying that he keeps hinting that it's a kraken, but I'm not convinced. Krakens don't have 3 red eyes, and I'm just gonna stick to my guns on that one.
It might be a homebrew kraken. Also, an aboleth, I'm pretty sure is telepathic, so you'll hear that thing before you see it.
Well, it has been speaking to us. It is called the God Under the Lake.
It might.
So
it might be
I'm thinking it's an aboleth.
Abraca kraken.
Abraca kraken. Oh my god, I have to keep that. I'm gonna say that on stream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Leave it to plasticity.
Oh no, that was me, but he was saying Abakraken, so like an aboleth kraken.
Well, I was thinking, you know what? My dyslexia kicked in, and they were both the same.
You could say what's
kraken? How my
kraken?
brain works.
What's kraken? That's for plasticity. That's
that's
a plasticity original.
We have been calling them the Crustacean Nation because we've been fighting Chul.
Abraca kraken.
Broker
There's a lot of noises.
There's a lot of sea noises, yeah.
Yeah, let's
So
see
that is I got a whole week ahead of me. What do you got going on, Matt? What do you got
Okay, so
going on
on.
to split the party?
Well, yeah, with 10 minutes left, I guess we're just doing the little semi wrap ups. But we
Yeah.
have got. So Benji's been streaming Solasta more and more on his stream. So that's like an RPG game, and he's made the Split the Party cast in there, and he's also put me in there, who's like a goblin cleric or something like that. And so he's streaming that every Sunday. So he did one yesterday, so Sunday Australia time. I think it's I don't know what time it is in America. I think it's like 8 p.m. the night before. We've also got a new episode of our D&D show coming out on this Wednesday, because we're doing that every 2 weeks at the moment. So chapter 4 is like very much ramping up into the final parts. They're getting ready to go hunt the boss. They're literally going to hunt down the boss rather than the boss finds them for once. What else have we got? We got our painting stream on Thursday. We got our painting stream on Thursday. We got lovely Scarlet Moth coming on with you and me. And they'll probably stream it on that Sunday, and then it's back to Monday with this show. Next time, I think we got. I think the next guest, just got to confirm it, might be AJ Winters, the DM and producer of Roll for Damage over in Perth. So it'll be nice. It actually might be a bit of a later stream that day, so I think we're going to start an hour later and run through to lunchtime rather than 9 till 11. So that might be
Right on.
Yeah, because 2 hours prior to that, she'd have to be online at like 6:30 in Western Australia time in the morning. So I was like,
Fun.
no, I can sleep in and I get an excuse to. So let's do later. I can't remember what else we're doing. Other than that, I'm just doing my DMing games.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's cool.
yeah, that helps me out a lot in supporting. But speaking of supporting, we've also got subscriptions available, don't we, Leia? So, like,
Yes,
our other
we do.
main source of trying to get more stuff happening. Actually, we also been putting out our Resident Evil full plays over on the Patreon too. So we've got 2 of those up now.
Yes. And make sure that we check that Patreon out, guys.
Yeah, so there's a Patreon, and we've got like the full unedited. So you can actually see literally above me, that's the second episode of our Resident Evil Scaredy Mat. That one's quite cut down. That one's probably about 12 minutes, but that was like hours of recording footage to get the best bits. But we've got the full unedited thing over on our Patreon if you want to see us do like a literal playthrough of the game rather than just the highlights that go on YouTube.
The highlights are pretty funny as hell, though.
Oh god, the highlights are getting me really good.
I am enjoying very much watching you be a scaredy cat. Scaredy Matt.
And I can't stress this enough. That is not putting on anything. I am genuinely that bad at horror games, and the only reason I can even play them at all is because I have 2 people talking to me and distracting me, because I tunnel vision into the game and I get way too into it. And so I'm like, oh god, I'm in the castle myself, which is why VR horror games are so terrifying for me. I can't
definitely
escape in those ones.
So bringing it back around to that Patreon, guys, if you weren't with us earlier when I did this little announcement, we are now affiliated. So Split the Party is now an affiliate. So that means that we can take subscriptions now. And that means that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you also, if you didn't know this, you get a free Prime Gaming subscription, which you can use to support our show, which you can use to subscribe to the show, which doesn't just support the channel, but that also supports the cast and crew of Split the Party, and goes towards some really fantastic stuff. I know earlier Matt mentioned that a lot of the Patreon is going towards set building, and he uses a lot of that for like tech stuff. And we're hoping that eventually, subscriptions are going to go to, hopefully eventually, we want to get some emotes.
Yeah, it'll usually go straight back into the show until until there's like a lot of subscriptions coming in. It'll probably always go back straight into investing in the show.
Yeah.
So we're not profiting off this anytime soon. That is the goal, full disclosure. I would like to be able to pay anyone who comes on the show, or including myself, at some point. But until then, it's going straight back into the show.
So eventually, like a lot of the stuff that, whatever comes in with subscriptions, we're pushing back out to you to make more quality content and to have some cooler stuff for you guys to take advantage of. So that's super, that's super cool.
Eventually, we could have a third person sitting silently on the call doing tech for us, so I don't have to forget to like do the mics every time, you know. And then if we're able to pay them to do that, then we're good, you know. But what else have we got? So I'm gonna start putting on the Bummin' on Tremello stuff because we're pretty close to end of stream. But,
yeah, you're gonna make me bop out to silence.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just gonna take the Spotify down real quick, you know, real sensual like, and I'm gonna drop that back on. And yeah, ready? You ready for this?
Cute
you ready
little,
for this?
This little wave,
the little
I got
wave
going on here.
Yeah, that's great. It's great, man. The waves, like, I mean, I could do that if I got some hair gel, but it won't do the same effect. For me.
Like my hair was inspired by Jess's comment earlier, and now it just wants to behave lovely.
Ah, fair enough.
Wants to be real cute for
it
Jess.
heard. It real heard. Jess, that one's for you. All right. All right. The music is going. Leia, lead us out. Tell us what you got going on and where we can find you.
What's up, guys? My name's Leia. I know that's obvious. I know I've already kind of touched on what I'm doing this week. Tomorrow night, I've got Band of Badgers doing the eye tutorial with them. That is going to be 9 p.m. BST, which I believe we established as 6 a.m. in Aussie time, and then that is 4 p.m. in the U.S. if you're here in the U.S. I've got Vasen, which is 7 p.m. EST. I'm just going to talk in EST and I'll let you convert it out that way. So Tuesday, I've got Belkin Weave, where I played D&D, and I played the most adorable Drow Druid. Drow Ranger
Druid,
in the world.
The old D&D.
A Drow Ranger, and they play in the D&D. My name is Stigander. She's real cute. She's a nice bean. And then Wednesday, we are back with some painting. We're going to do some cool how-tos for critters. I think we're going to be doing some cool Magic the Gathering stuff. Well, they'll be doing Magic the Gathering stuff. But you guys can follow me at Sorceress Sundry on Twitter. That is the best way to contact me if you want to DM me about commission stuff. I do miniature painting. I do take commissions right now. So if you want to message me about that, I also have an Etsy page that's etsy.com/shop/sorceress sundries, where I do all kinds of really cool stuff. I do miniature painting as well as chainmail. I've got Pride chain bracelets because I know it's Pride Month. So I do all kinds of cool chainmail as well as some witchy brewing stuff. And yeah, that is just about what I got. Matt, what you up to? Where can we find you?
What am I up to? Like I said, we've got a bunch of stuff on Split the Party coming out. So on Wednesday, you can see us doing our thing over on our main D&D shows, just literally called Split the Party. You can find it straight up here, youtube.com/splittheparty. If you don't really want to follow up with the whole of the D&D stuff, that's totally fine, because there is 4 seasons of that. Three are currently on YouTube, I think. There's other stuff like Scaredy Matt. We're looking at reviving an older show called Brothers Brown, where we're playing like video games of some kind, but we're kind of doing like a bit of more of an edit to them, so you'll see all the subtitles come up. It's very fun. It's called Brothers Brown, so if you search Brothers Brown on our main channel, you'll actually see that come up. It's like a blue and purple kind of video. If you like that kind of stuff, definitely follow us for that. What else you got? I'm a professional DM. I like doing some games. I like doing games, and I like also being able to pay my rent. So if you want to have a game with me, give me a little holler, and you know, I can run a game for you if you like. If you've got a party, that's great. I can run a full party for you, and it's usually only above 4 players that you start seeing extra costs come in, because it's usually charged per player. What else?
Hire Matt to emotionally stab you.
I will emotionally stab you for money. Can I get a clip of that? That's amazing. So what else have we got? I don't know. I can't really think.
All I got.
I can't really think of anything else. We got another one of these on Thursday, as always. We got the amazing, talented Scarlet Moth, and then on Monday we are back next week with more guests. But other than that, I think I'm done. I think we got Twitch handles. There's always @s over there.
Yep.
Fucking over there, and up here. I never know the way. It's all inverted. You can see where they all are. But other than that, I'm done. Leia, have you got anything else before we head off?
No, that's all I got.
All
That's
right.
all I got for tonight. I'm sure we'll have plenty more to talk about on Thursday.
For sure. Yeah, Wednesday/Thursday. There's going to be 3 whole days of me doing weird, dumb things that I can talk about. Now I'm going to have to go and do some to make sure I've got stories to talk about.
Yeah,
I might
there
or
you
might not.
go.
I'll
Go
figure
do
it
some
out.
dumb stuff.
Oh, we'll work it out. I got a bunch of games in the middle there, but I'll try and terrorize myself at some point. All right.
Alrighty.
That sounds like that's it from us, though.
Yep, that's it.
See you on Thursday. We're out. And
See
then you
ya
can see our pre-recorded
Tuesday.
stuff, but we're not interacting with you live. So goodbye.